Around 12:30 this afternoon, Jeffersontown Police Department responded to Jeffersontown High School on the report of a former student unlawfully accessing the building. They asked for LMPD's assistance in the response, which is typical for us to be co-responders in these types of situations. Although there were reports that the individual may have been armed, that is unconfirmed. I repeat, that is unconfirmed. J-Town High School followed all proper procedures and protocols in how they handled their students. All students were able to safely get out of the building as officers cleared the building to ensure their safety. The individual was located a short distance away. He has been detained by Jeffersontown Police Department. It is currently under investigation at this point. Like I said, this is a co-response by Jeffersontown Police Department and LMPD. Does anybody have any questions for me before JCPS takes over?
I noticed that he was found a little bit away. Does that mean in the school or off?
Away from off campus, off campus.
Is this related to yesterday's incident here at school with the fighting?
We don't know that. We don't know what exactly, but we're certainly not ruling anything out. We're going to look at all aspects or anything that could have caused or any motive for this.
What about police officers in school? I hear Jefferson County Public School is kind of giving y'all, fighting y'all on that.
You know, that is a situation that we are, going to discuss at another time, but certainly we appreciate that question. Anybody else?
And this is a former student that is no longer in school, correct?
Correct. This was a former student that unlawfully accessed the building. Yes.
His brother let him in the door, I heard, because his brother got beat up.
So was there just one individual, not two individuals like it was being reported?
Preliminary information indicates that it's just one individual here. Yes. So, any motive, any other information about this is all under investigation. All the information we're receiving right now is just preliminary in nature. So Jeffersontown Police Department is leading the investigation, and as I said, it is a fluid and active investigation. So I'll defer to JCPS for any other questions you guys may.
First, could you tell us what the suspect did while inside the building?
We don't have all of that information at this time, so we'll be reviewing all of that information. We'll be looking at anything from within the school.
What all is he being charged with?
Right now he's detained, and that is to be determined.
I mean, thankfully this could have turned out a lot worse, especially with what we just saw, 24 hours ago. I mean, thankful that nothing did occur here.
Absolutely. In law enforcement, we take the safety of children in schools extremely seriously. It's a top priority for all of us, for J-Town Police Department, for the Louisville Metro Police Department, Jefferson County Public Schools. It is a collaborative effort for us to keep all the kids safe.
Was he found on foot or was he found in a vehicle somewhere nearby?
I believe he was not in a vehicle, but like I said, a short distance away.
My name is Renee Murphy. I work with Jefferson County Public Schools. It's RENEEMURPHY. I'm in the communications department. So what I can tell you about is what's happening right now here at J-Town High School. We are beginning the dismissal process. So we want our families to know what's going on with dismissal. So our first run buses, so students who are leaving on our school buses in the first pass, they have already left the property here and they are headed home. Now we'll begin the second phase of that. So we have car riders and walkers who will be taken over to Tully Elementary School, which is just a short distance away from this location, where families can meet their students if they are car riders or walkers at Tully Elementary School. We do ask for patience from our families. This could take a little bit longer than it would on a normal day during the car rider line, as we make sure that reunite all of our students with the proper person they have permission to leave with. So we ask for parents' patience as we work through that process as well. Once that happens, we'll move into our next phase, which will be our second run buses. So we'll have students who are on that second run of transportation, and then they will exit the property and they will make their way home. I do want to praise the response for what happened here at J-Town High School today. Our staff did everything that they were supposed to do in response to what happened here today. I think Beth mentioned that earlier. But we know the situation that we're in, the climate that we're in right now in our community, and our school responded appropriately. And I want to stress everyone is safe here today. Our staff and our students are all safe this afternoon, and now we're beginning the process of making sure that everyone can make their way home. So if the families are watching out there right now, again, we ask for patience, and we are letting you know that if you have a car rider or a walker, students will be dismissed at Tully Elementary School. The exact time of that, we're working through that right now. It's going to begin here shortly. So we ask parents to make their way there if they have a car rider or a walker. And as you know, we're a little bit later for dismissal with our bus run. So the buses will be arriving home a little bit later this afternoon as well.
Were student drivers able to be released?
Yeah, so we're working through that process. So once we get through the release of our car riders and walkers to Tully, students who drove to school today will be able to make their way to their vehicles and will be able to leave the property.
Can any of you describe the process by which the students were removed from the building?
So that was with J-Town Police, but I can tell you that the students did go through a full process to make sure that the building was secure, so they were able to move students from the building a classroom at a time to make their way out safely to the football field. I don't know if you wanted to expand on that process at all.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Can you give us some details about how the students were removed from the building? How did that process look?
Sure. Anytime that there's a report of either an active shooter or an armed individual, we follow an abundance of caution and ensure that those students, you will see students who come out with their hands up on their head, and they exit safely and they're escorted by officers until it's determined they don't have anything that could be a threat to the other fellow students or teachers.
Could you also describe
It is very slow and methodical, and that's why it takes so long to evacuate the school. We want to ensure that everyone that's still within the school or outside, any students or teachers, everyone is safe.
Could you also describe how you cleared the building? How you went, I assume you went room to room, correct?
That's correct. That's correct. We go room to room. We make sure everyone is safe and everyone gets out and exits safely as well.
And the building is now officially clear, correct?
That's correct, yes.
This might be a better question for Renee. I know crisis counselors obviously were on hand yesterday at the affected schools given that situation. Any plans for crisis counselors tomorrow to deal students with any mental trauma they might have from what they experienced today?
We were actually just talking about that in the middle of everything, making sure that we had a plan in place for our students tomorrow. So we do have a plan in place to have our crisis team here at J-Town to be a support to our students for any student that would like to speak to any of our district crisis counselors. So we do have a plan in place to support our students coming up tomorrow.
Following up on this man's comments, was there a fight here yesterday?
I don't know that we have that information at this point. I'm sure Jeffersontown Police Department and Louisville Metro Police Department will look into all of that, the reports, and probably look at social media, which obviously we've been hearing that has been a trending issue among high school students.
What about surveillance of him actually entering? Are we going to be able to release that just so we, see that for ourselves?
Per usual, if you guys file open records requests, I'm sure with the Jeffersontown Police Department, they will be the custodian of those records.
We heard from parents that there were possibly 2 people that were involved in this that may have entered the school. Is that unconfirmed?
That is unconfirmed at this point. We have one confirmed individual who unlawfully accessed the building that is no longer a student here.
So everybody is accounted.
And at this point, it appears that everyone is accounted for, yes.
Do we know if a gun was found on him? by any chance?
That is
The
unconfirmed.
fact that a former student was able to breach the building, is JCPS concerned about updating its security policies in the future?
We want to ensure the safest environment possible for our students, and we do that, and we'll continue to do that each and every day. Exactly what happened here today is still under investigation, so we will have a full review. We will work closely with LMPD, we'll work closely with Jeffersontown Police as well to determine what happened, and we'll have a full review of exactly what took place.
Detective Marks, were you involved in apprehending the suspect?
No, I was here at the school helping clear the building and assist with JCPS and Louisville Metro.
Can you give us any details on that from your department and what next for that suspect with your department?
Well, currently we have detectives who are talking with him right now. He is a juvenile, so we have to go through the juvenile process with the CDW and make sure all of our protocols are in place and we're doing it correctly. But once we get all that information, we'll probably release a press statement later on.
He's a former student here. Can you say whether he attends another high school now?
No, at this time I can't release any other information about who's in custody. All right, you guys good?
you guys.
I had a question from parents. Some parents were obviously frustrated, but as a school district, you guys can only release so much. Can you tell those parents that might have been frustrated at the pace that information was coming out? Could you just speak to them and say, you know, what you guys were doing as far as JCPS to alert them as you could?
Communication with our families is always a priority for us at JCPS. I can tell you that multiple notifications were shared with our families, were shared on social media as well. And when I say with our families, we needed to make sure that we were able to contact our families here at Jeffersontown High School first to let them know what was going on. But more important than making sure we have this information as fast as we can, we want to make sure that we have the information correct to our families. So we were working very quickly to make sure we had confirmed information that we could share with our families as soon as possible, and we were able to share that through text messages. And so for our families that are watching out there, we encourage you, we've done this before, if you have not signed up for School Messenger to receive text notifications through our system when there is an incident at your school or a district incident, we encourage you to go ahead and sign up for School Messenger to make sure you can receive those notifications. We have the information on our website. Just go to search School Messenger on jefferson.kyschools.us. It's a very simple and easy process. So we encourage families to do that to make sure you're getting the up-to-date most current information. We also ask our families too to make sure that you have your current information on file with the school in terms of an email address and a phone number. So we want to make sure that we can contact you as fast as we can. We were sharing notifications as soon as we had confirmed information. We wanted to make sure we shared accurate details with our families.
Really quickly, we also keep getting reports that something happened at Southern High School. Can you speak on that at all?
I don't have any information at this time about any incidents happening at Southern High School. If I learn differently, though, I'll let you know.
Have students gone through a school shooter drill before? Like, have they done this before so they kind of view how it goes?
Well, in this particular case, again, there was not an active shooter in the building. So I want to stress that there was not an active shooter in the building. Our students do go through training in terms of response to critical incidents, and I can share more information about what that training looks like. Okay, thanks, guys.
Is Tully affected by the fact that all these J-Town students are getting sent there for pickup?
So we have been in communication with our families at Tully Elementary School as well, because that's a large school and we're getting close to the pickup time for families there. So we have been in communication with our families at Tully. We have a team working at Tully Elementary from JCPS to support the school and to make sure we can have the smoothest dismissal process as possible. Okay? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.